Hello, it's Tuesday and you're watching the Beaver Bunch. I'm Lori. Thank you for joining me. This week we are discussing drinking and the effects it can have on a relationship. And we had somebody write in the very specific question about her girlfriend drinking at Pride, and the girlfriend went off to get some drinks and she didn't come back, so she went after her girlfriend, and she was like between some girl's legs, like standing there with the girl with her hands on her girlfriend's waist, and just didn't make her feel comfortable. And the girlfriend seems like she was kind of like saying it wasn't a problem or wasn't a big deal until like 24 hours later, when she was maybe like, oh shit, what did I do? And in which case I think that it's good to talk about it with your girlfriend. And but as far as my experience with stuff like this, drinking can really be a problem in relationships. And I don't know if this is redundant or not, but I think it should be. If you're drinking too much, you make bad decisions. And guess what? When you're not like a single little lady ready to mingle, then your actions can really hurt the person that you're with. So I would say, and also if you're not with someone, like your actions, Sarah, leave it. Your action, she's licking the blanket. Your actions can really hurt other people physically too. I think about people when they like drink and they think it's okay to drive. Like, it makes me believe that they really don't understand how impaired they are or the effects of like drinking. And so that makes me feel like people are completely in denial of like how dangerous it can be. And so, drinking is supposed to be a social thing. It's a social lubricant, they say, but it can also it makes you vulnerable because you're not able to perform your usual, you can't keep yourself as safe as you normally can with a sober mind. So, and likewise, you're not keeping your relationship safe either if you don't have your sober mind, because you'd behave differently if in this situation, if the girlfriend was sober. My guess is she probably wouldn't deal with another girl like touching her in an intimate sounding way or being that close to someone. But at the same way, like, you have to watch out for yourself and you have to know your limits, and count drinks, and have like boundaries, like for sure set rules with the person that you're dating to say, okay, just, I know that there's a certain amount of trust too. And maybe this was a situation where, and I know like this has happened to Mary Beth and I, where like one of us will be, approached by someone, male or female, wherever we happen to be. And, like sometimes it's easiest to like not be aggressively like aggressive in telling them off, or aggressive just because it like can almost just de-escalate a situation that could easily be out of control. So like I know in some cases, like sometimes it's easier just to be like, okay, thank you very much, like, oh, okay, yeah, you can, like, I'm not going to totally reject you and you're hitting on me, because if I do, then you may, like, you might get defensive and then be like either crazy or mean or angry, and nobody works well in those situations either, because everyone else is drinking typically at a bar. So so sometimes it's like, know your role and know where you are and know your limits, but also like keep yourself safe. And like, if you're prioritizing getting drunk over like treating your girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other, person you're thinking about seeing, wife, spouse, life partner, whatever, if you're prioritizing getting drunk over like treating them well, then you also, I think, have to like look at your priorities. So and sometimes it means, okay, let's make some adjustments. Like, let's if you have somebody that is looking out for you, or that you need help looking out after yourself, then have like a safe word, kind of like in like S&M sex, because it's like, you could really get hurt, or you could really hurt someone if you don't watch your limits. And maybe it takes like having a little bit of support, but I mean, you should be able to control yourself. But if you can't always, then you should have a backup plan. Kind of like, don't, like, if you're in a, like, don't leave somewhere alone, like, don't, these things that like your parents told you or maybe didn't tell you, or going into college, like watch your drinks and all this stuff. I mean, those things still apply as adults, and you maybe even more so. But just I want you to stay safe. I want you to stay happy in your relationships, and I just think that the best chance that you have is always with a clean, sober mind. Like a little bit of drinky is okay, of course, and some people get drunk a lot more often than others, but you just have to think what it is that you're missing out on or what you're sacrificing, or what's at stake. So kind of have to think about it, maybe even preventatively. All right, I guess that's all I have to say, but I will see you all next Tuesday. I'm going back to work tonight. I was off for a week. I'm sad to go back, but all good things must come to an end sometimes. All right, bye.